Hi guys, I'm excited about this. I think I've gone a little crazy, but that's okay. I'm back in the house. I'm painting on something else. I have been told before you'll paint it if it stands still long enough. But I'm really excited. I know I did the transfers, but I'm going to do the decoupage this time. And I chose this piece. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's vintage, has that vintage feel. But what I'm trying to decide now is what color to paint the table. All right, I have I actually have 4 or 5 choices, but one of the I almost spilled it. It was open. One of the choices is the antebellum blue. One is, this one is the antebellum blue. This one is the forest green. And this one is the vintage duckhead. I decided against the black. I don't want to do the black. And the white I have is too white, so I'm not going to do the white. So I think I'm going to do it the vintage duck egg. So I'm excited. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, I'm going to paint this, the vintage duck egg. I think I'm going to I don't think I'm going to pour me out a little bit. I think I'm going to just paint. As always, I get started and I don't have everything I need. Just a minute. I found it. I have 2 of these brushes, these angle brushes. I really do love them. I picked these up at Walmart. Let me see what size they are. There is a 2 1/4, and then there's a 2. I end up probably using the 2 more, but I like them from Walmart because if something happens and I just don't get to clean my brush out really good, there's not a major investment. I love the way this paint goes on. It's really thick and you really get it down into the grain and it stays good. And you ask maybe why I'm doing the top is because this color might show through. I don't know. I haven't done a transfer from rustic yet. I'm not sure if it will or not, but I'm painting it just in case. Now I am in my dining room, and I am on my dining room table. I want to replace this table, so I'm not real crazy about if I have to get something on it, but I did put some paper under it, just for you all to know. The lighting is so much better here. But I'm just going to put one coat on, I hope. I think that's what this is all about, is one coat. I hate painting spindles. I hate it. You think you're done, and then you realize there's another side. I hate spray painting it too, don't y'all? I mean, you think you have everything done, and then you let it dry, and you look, and there's always a spot, forever and a day. Same thing with spindles. There's always a spot. But we're going to try not to leave any. Someone told me one time it was very therapeutic to watch someone else paint. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. That way you don't have to do it. But I do like to watch someone paint. I really do. I always get a new thought, a new idea from someone who paints. And if it's just one little idea you get, it's worth it. I don't know if y'all remember toll painting. That's, oh gosh, Josanya, I could name on and on. Those that did the toll painting, I took classes and I taught so many classes, and there again, I painted everything that didn't move. That was just a fun art. It was like coloring, but not. You really couldn't make a mistake. So many of my students we just did, oh gosh, we did all kinds of things. Okay, all right, that one's done. One more. I think I'm gonna like this color. Let me find a spot that's dry up here. I test drove this a little bit up at the top. And while I'm doing this, if you would, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already and ring that bell. I appreciate every one of you so much. And I just want to reiterate how much you mean to me. This is a venture for an old lady. Didn't know if I really wanted to do it. May has taught me into it. And I am really enjoying this because I've been told a Jill of all trades all my life. And so now it's kind of coming to fruition. It's kind of coming true. So if you would, hit that subscribe button and join me on my adventures. I never know what my adventure is going to be. And some of you were asking about the Fort Morgan house. We had it sold, but it fell through. So it's still available if anyone is interested. We were really disappointed that it fell through because it was such a nice young couple that was looking at it. But hey, those things happen for one thing or another. But I haven't had to go down and work on it. It's finished. Thank you, Jesus. It's finished. This color is, Missy told me that this was a great color. And it is. I mean, it's kind of one of those colors that, in fact, I had my walls at the lake painted this color. And it will turn a pretty green. It'll be a blue. It kind of goes with whatever the sun brings in to the house. Oh, I didn't see that. I need to get that spot. You know what I probably should have done? Didn't even think about it. I probably should have turned it upside down and painted all that first. See, you learn something every time you paint. Every time you paint, you learn something. This is the little leg that fell off. It has a glob of E6000 and a glob of glue too. Poor thing. It broke its leg. Now, another thing I love about this, it's a one-coat wonder. I don't have to put another coat on here. The only thing I might do is come in and rough it up just a little bit. Just distress it some. Alrighty then. I think that's finished. All right, I want to show you my choices of colors. You see, I've already made the choice, but my choices were a dark green and a darker blue. And the reason I chose this color is, if you'll look at the transfer, it's light. And I want to put this transfer on here so there's some of this light side and then some of these smaller flowers. See those smaller flowers and some of this on there? So I'm really excited that this color is going to work. And this color kind of works with any decor. It's a color, but it's really not. It blends in with your warm tones and your cool tones. So it's a little bit of the in-between. Okay, as I'm looking, I see I miss a few spots. So let's cover those spots up. I had already gotten my brush started, but I didn't get it completely clean. So I've got some spots here I want to cover up. I enjoy painting furniture, and I enjoy painting on furniture also. I'm really excited. Missy said she had some that could paint on fabric, so I think I'm gonna give that a whirl too. So I'm just covering up the spots, and even if I do sand off some of this second one, I just want to make sure they're all covered this time. I thought I had them all under control, but I didn't. The top is just about dry. I'm excited about that. All right, this is just fun, painting spindles is a challenge. It's just like spray painting furniture. You know, you'll go spray paint your yard furniture, you'll turn it upside down, and it needs some more spray. That's kind of like the way spools are, or spindles. You'll get them all painted, and then you'll look in the other places, and it's not painted. Okay, voila. That's done. All right, now I'm going to move us so I can get us down here and get, well, maybe first I'll do a little Mod Podge. I want to do this matte. I don't want it to be shiny. I want to do this matte. Now, this is a new one. I got this at May's. She has all kinds of Mod Podge. Now, there is a product that you can use, and I'm also excited about using that too, but I just really wanted this to try out. Here we go. Here we go. Just gonna, I sanded this piece before I put everything. Uh-oh, I just grabbed the spindle. Painting with me is truly an adventure. You never know where it's going to end up. Never know. But we're going to get us a good coat on here. I have not decoupaged in ages. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to see how this turns out. The last thing I think I decoupaged, do y'all remember the purses that we did? Oh my goodness, 100 years ago. I still have mine. I found mine in the attic. And I still have mine. I'll share it at some point. Maybe if I'll remember. Okay. Now, I'm going to sit this down on the floor. And I'll be right back. Okay. Let's get this on here. I hope it hasn't dried. Let's see. Let's put this on here. And make sure let's put this on here. I want to make sure I get over this little lip. We're going to have to do it kind of carefully so there's not many bubbles. And one thing that I just happened to remember from the last time I did decoupage is you need to have your undercoat very smooth so it doesn't create any bubbles. So, this is a quick process too. You don't have very long to process it. So, be ready to be quick. Yeah, there we go. If it has a bubble, just start rubbing it out. And if it doesn't rub out, just kind of lift it up. And also, if you get a little wrinkle in it, don't worry. We're going to put a coat of Mod Podge over this. So, there we go. Oops, one more little bubble. Come on. Come on, get out of there. There we go. Oh man, that's so pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, we got that part done. Now we have to wait just a little bit. I'm going to sand off the paper. And it just comes, see how it's just coming right off. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing this before I put the top coat on it is I want to make sure that these edges are down, that they're glued down with the Mod Podge. Get this excess off. Now, when you get this excess off, you save it because you're going to want to do another project. You can buy those paper mache boxes at Hobby Lobby. This is a great process for that. And give them as gifts. I'm a big gifter, So I'm always doing some sort of gift. Okay, it's all nice and dry. And now I'm going for the third step. The third step. First step was getting it all sanded and painted. Second step was putting on the decoupage. Now I'm going to do the third, probably third and fourth step about the same time. Now I noticed there's a few little bubbles in here. You probably can't see them. You certainly can't see them when I hold it way over like that, but there are a few. So one thing I'm going to do is lightly sand it. And when I rub my hands around, there are some edges on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a light coat of the Dixie Belle Sawmill Gravy. Isn't that a pretty name? And if you'll remember, this is the vintage duck egg. So I love that. So I'm going to put the Sawmill Gravy on there. I'm just going to go over here and put me a little bit of water in my paint. I don't want a whole lot, but I do want enough because I don't want it painted. I just want it just a little bit on there. And I'm going to wipe it off as I go. Now, the top part I'm going to do probably twice because I'm going to sand it. I want to do it first so it can dry. I'm just going to do a coat here, just like that. And then I'm going to wipe it off. I'm going to wipe off a whole lot of it. There we go. Now you can see it, but you can't see it. See, it's just got a nice little patina on it. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is take a little bit of sandpaper, not much, just a little bit, and I'm going to sand it. Just kind of sand it down. I'm going to show you. It's going to take off, it's going to take away those bubbles. And then I'm going to take around the edge. Just going to edge it some more. I don't have quite enough water, so I'm going to put some more water in it. I'm going to take my nifty little spatula and I'm going to mix it all up. See, it's very thin, and it may not be thin enough even there. So let's see if it is. Now I'm holding it under it because it is so thin. And I'm going to do a little area. It dries pretty quick. So I'm going to do a little area and then I'm going to lightly wipe it off. Just real light. I'm going to do it all the way around here. And I didn't get it all exactly right. That's fine. I don't want it to be. I want it to look old. Okay, and now I'm going to do the very same thing I did on the top. I want to get off some of this side so it'll kind of, there we go. Okay, next I'm going to do the, and here again, I'm just going to, I don't have a rhyme or a reason. It's a very quick process. Like I say, you have to kind of be quick. So, I'm going to rub this down. Now, we have 3 of these to do. Oops, that was paint. I really do like this process, and y'all know me. You know one of the reasons I like it. It's quick. It's something you can get done really quick. You can get this whole thing done in an afternoon. I had a couple of things to do, so I did not worry. I let it dry by itself, but you can dry it with a hairdryer, the decoupage part, and then you can really get a lot done there. But I had so much to do, I just let it dry by itself. Might have to do 2 coats, I don't know. We'll see when we get to that. Missy helped me pick out these colors, and I think they're turning out really good. And this is just an old rag. It doesn't matter what kind. I know a lot of people say cheesecloth, and that's probably the best, but I didn't have any, so I'm using just an old cloth that I have. Now we got to do the bottom. Ooh, got a little much there, didn't I? I kind of want it to go into these corners. I'm going to do the sides while I'm doing here. It's going to be a hit or a miss on there. There we go. Yeah, that's looking good. Let me see if that's dry. Yep, that's dry. So I'm going to turn it upside down. Hope I don't have any wet spots. Let me make sure. I don't. Turn it upside down. Part of it. His little feet. Sometimes it's tricky to get all sides, but this piece was my first experimental piece. And I think it's working out pretty good. Pretty good. I just want him to have. And then I'm going to do some on the bottom, and I'm just going to do the white, or the sawmill gravy. I love that name. And I just want it a nice little cover. It's not going to ever show. So I'm just going to give it a nice little coat here. And the one good thing about this is if you make a mistake, you can always sand it down and start back over. That's a good thing about this process that we're doing. Now what am I going to do? Let me get that around there. I'm just going to pat it, and it'll take out those brush strokes. Just going to pat it. There we go. All right, let's turn him back over. See where I need to fix any places. I'm really liking that. The top is nice and smooth. That is really looks. I'm excited about that. Oops. I do want to sand right here. That got a little thick. That's from where I painted the bottom. I'm going to just pull it out. And there we go. Let's take a close look at it. Okay, let's take a look how it turned out. I really like the way that this piece fit on there with the big roses down on the bottom, and then it kind of fades out. And then I whitewashed around it, as you saw. And the bottom of it, if you'll see some of the whitewash on there, it's totally matches what I wanted it to. I'm excited the way it turned out. I think it's really going to be a nice piece. That was fun. I'm ready for my next adventure. How about you?